Rivera and the Commanders hold the 16th overall pick in this month's NFL Draft. We share our favorite prospects and discuss what they could bring to Washington. Plus, it has been a busy start to the offseason here in D.C. From the addition of Eric Bieniemy to the first wave of free agency, there's plenty to highlight in our first episode of Commander's Log. And in the spirit of WrestleMania, we go around the NFC East to preview some of Washington's matchups worthy in the squared circle. We start with a really cool story. Commanders head coach Rivera was honored at the World War I Memorial on Tuesday evening. Rivera is the recipient of the 2022 Salute to Service Award presented by USAA. And he was honored by the NFL, who made a donation in his father's name, Eugenio Rivera, a 32-year warrant officer in the U.S. Army and Vietnam veteran.
I really do appreciate the opportunity and very humbled to stand here at this memorial to the World War I veterans that are affectionately known as the Doughboys, and say thank you very much for your sacrifice and your commitment to our nation's freedom and for what we have today in this world. I also want to say thank you very much to my father, retired Chief Warrant Officer, 4th grade, Eugenio Rivera Munoz, who was a career Army officer and also a Vietnam veteran. Dad, and all you other Vietnam veterans, thank you and welcome home.
How you doing, everyone? Welcome to Command Center. I'm Michael Jenkins with Fred Smoot and Logan Paulsen, and what an honor for the head coach.
Oh, fantastic honor. I mean, we've talked about this on the show before, how much that military service means to him, how important that is to his family. So it's great to see him get honored at a really cool event.
First of all, thank you, Papa Rivera. First of all, I'm one of those people, I really do love the military. Yeah. I love the people who give us a chance to live this life every day the way we want to. We can't thank you enough. Thank you for everything you do.
No question about it. Coach Rivera has work to do at the end of the month, like so many head coaches across the NFL, because the Commanders have the 16th overall pick in the upcoming NFL Draft. So here's a look at the last 5 players selected with that 16th pick. Of course, Washington fans familiar with last year's selection, Jahan Dotson, 16th overall, and the first offensive player selected at that spot since 2016. Washington also held the 16th overall pick back in 2011 when they selected, of course, Ryan Kerrigan out of Purdue. Time now for our mission debrief, brought to you by the Washington Times. And let's talk draft needs. When you think of that 16th spot, Smoot, I'll start with you. You got a smile on your face. You got someone in mind? Okay? Like, who are they going to take at 16? Do you go with the best player or a need?
That's what I love about what this group has done in the front office. They've made the free agents. They've shaped it to where now we can pick best player available. Mm-hmm. Is that Emmanuel Forbes because we need a corner? Is that a linebacker because everybody want to address linebacker? Is it let's complete the offensive line? I just think with this draft class and with this group, you have a chance to actually pick whoever you want to, and you set that up by doing what you did in free agency.
So, Fred, if you can pick whoever you want to, who are you picking?
Emmanuel Forbes. I'm going to Mississippi State.
Get out of here, man.
Listen, I believe in going to where treated you well. Mississippi State has treated Washington well. Montez Sweat, young Fred Smoot. They went there before and picked the corner. They went there before and picked the cornerback that weighed 170 pounds. And turned out pretty good.
Oh.
All I'm saying is this
Talk
guy.
About yourself now.
Yeah, I did.
I love it.
In third person. But this guy, Emmanuel Forbes, is a game changer. When I say game changer, I got a big cone on the other side. St. Juice. Now I need a guy that can get the ball back. I think he's great.
All right. I mean, what do you think of that, Jenks?
Yeah, you know, I feel like there might be a slight lean to the Bulldogs there. But listen, now, if you have an overwhelming talent at 16, that's one thing. But if it's close and you have a need that needs to be filled, what do you do?
Yeah, I think you want to trade back out of this spot. I think we both can agree on that. Emmanuel Forbes or not, I think you want to trade back, right? I really like Deonte Banks. That's the guy I would take at 16. I think he's an outstanding football player. Very physically gifted, better athlete than Emmanuel Forbes, bigger than Emmanuel Forbes, stays in phase better than Emmanuel Forbes. We'll talk about that later, Fred. But if you can't get one of those guys, and you've talked about this before, really deep cornerback class, let's trade back. Get some of those offensive linemen, add some of that cornerback depth that everyone's so excited about. So I think if you can trade back, you should trade back, because I think that kind of 20 to 30 area, that's where there's some really good football players.
Jink, he don't usually say smart things, but that was things he did say smart. Listen. Offensive line. He brought up offensive line. I'm all about the guys that smell like bacon. The last time we won a championship here, we had the Hogs on the front line made of bacon. So I'm all about the big guys. And Ohio State got a left tackle. They have a right tackle. Tennessee has a right tackle and right, and I really do love Wright because I feel like he already, for his NIL, was working for a moving company. Because every time I watched him play, he moved people from state to state, and that's what you want. The trenches. We've done it on defense. Can we complete it on offense?
And just to kind of add on there real quick, I think Anton Harrison's the guy we got to talk about too. A true left tackle, not a huge need for this team, but don't be surprised if you see him go after those top two guys. He's an excellent football player.
So there are different needs on this football team, be it linebacker, could be offensive line, maybe a guy out of the backfield. What is the biggest need on this team?
Gosh, I think that's tough. I think Fred hit the nail on the head when he was talking earlier. They've kind of done a good job of addressing the needs. I would personally say you want to kind of shore up that offensive line, need a playmaker at corner. That's why we're talking about those two positions. And obviously, I think linebackers one, right? Good thing there's some good linebackers, but there's very few of them, right? Some good tackles, but you got to kind of make sure you pick up the right spot. I feel like if you're a corner, you could fall on your face and find a good one in this draft, so not that stressful.
That's why you got to maybe rush and get the linebacker. Because I think Jack Campbell separates himself from the rest of the group. I think Drew Sanders is another guy. I don't think we need Drew Sanders, but I think he will be special in this league. And Nolan Smith. I think Nolan Smith is the honey spot for it. I think that's the sweet spot that we can get a guy that can be as good as
Michael Parsons. Right? I got to watch some more film. That's a big claim. I mean, he's the best defensive player in the last 20 years in the NFL. So that's a huge claim. But I get what you're saying. I like him a lot too.
The Commanders do have options. They also have 8 picks in the upcoming NFL draft. All sorts of options available to them. And for more on the prospects that could be on the board when Washington is on the clock, let's throw it over to our senior writer, Zach Selby. For another edition of Paulsen's Prospects, it's presented by FedEx, where now meets next.
We are now in draft month. Cue the preemptive confetti here. But then now it means we have to start taking a closer look at some of these prospects. And Logan, cornerback is one of those positions that's been infamously mocked to the Commanders at number 16.
Yes.
So you see Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter Jr., Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois.
Yeah.
But Deonte Banks, another one who, after a really strong combine, is kind of rising up the boards here. And I know you like him a lot. So 1,000-foot view, what do you like about this guy?
Well, I mean, I think the thing that I like most about him is that he's a competitive football player, right? He's a great athlete. He's a big, strong, physical guy, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Ran a 4.38 at the combine, 41-inch vertical jump, 11-foot broad, great explosive measurables that show up on the film. And in addition to being a tremendous athlete, he's physical. He's not afraid to tackle, not afraid to press. There are certain guys in this class, I'm not going to point them out specifically, that take creative angles when it comes to tackling. I dislike that. I want guys who are going to fit runs, make good tackles in zone coverage, rally to the football, and he's got a little bit of that attitude in him. You see him kind of get up after a play, start talking a little bit of noise. That gets me fired up. So,
well, another thing that I really like about him is that he is sticky but not overly handsy.
I think that's great.
I think that's something that really stands about him. In one of these one-on-one matchups, 43% allowed completion rate for quarterbacks when targeted, which is really good. And I think, bringing back the handsy thing, I think that's somewhere where he stands out above maybe Joey Porter Jr., who is known for being a little bit handsy. So say they could potentially both be there when Washington picks at 16. So Joey Porter Jr. versus, Deonte Banks, or some of the other corners that are out there right now, why would you take Deonte over some of these other cornerbacks?
So in terms of my early ranking, in terms of my early tiers, it goes Christian Gonzalez, and then Witherspoon. I think both those guys are kind of just a tick above, right?
Sure.
Competitive, athletic, all those different things. And then for me, the next guy is Deonte Banks.
Right.
So noticeably ahead of Joey Porter Jr. And one of the reasons I feel that way is because he's a much more competitive football player. Deonte Banks is. His footwork is much better, and his ability to stay in phase when a receiver beats him is something that I think is very, very valuable and something that you need to play at the NFL level. Joey Porter Jr., again, one of these physical freaks, 34-inch arms. You don't find cornerbacks with that kind of, that's tackle arm length now,
massive,
right? Massive guy, but again, he's not the kind of that you said, too handsy, don't love that. Creative angles when it comes to tackling. Not a great space player, and I want my corners to be great space players. And I think Deonte Banks checks more of those boxes than Joey Porter Jr. does.
We are less than a month away from the draft, like I said. I feel like we started like an advent calendar, right? But we'll be back every week talking about more prospects the Commanders could take in number 16. You can check us out on Commanders.com and the Commanders YouTube page.
Time to go inside the numbers, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders. Deonte Banks, a native of Baltimore, played in 30 career games for the Terps, logging almost 1,500 snaps. He finished his college career with 83 combined tackles, 2 picks, and a half sack, and his play during 2022 earned him honorable mention honors in the Big Ten. At this year's Combine, he ran a 40 time of 4.35 seconds, which was 5th fastest among all participants. Still to come, we get in the spirit of WrestleMania as we dive into the NFC East and preview some of the top matchups we could see play out on the field or in a wrestling ring near you. It has been a busy start to the offseason so far here in D.C. The Commanders shook up the coaching staff by hiring Eric Bieniemy as the team's offensive coordinator and assistant head coach. Then free agency kicked off with a slew of signings highlighted by veteran quarterback Jacoby Brissett. To help us keep tabs on everything that happened thus far, here's a preview of the newest season of Commanders Log.
Coach always says it, man. It's in this room. You know, Dallas had everything to play for, man, and we beat them. Let's carry this momentum into the offseason. Let's roll these boys next year. All right, let's roll what was wrong. Let's focus on what is next. Understand what's next. Understand. Everything you do, guys, is get ready for 2023.
Hello?
Yes, Jahan Dotson, please.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about being the first round pick of the Commanders?
It's everything I worked for, everything I dreamed about since a little kid.
The Commanders have their new offensive coordinator in Eric Bieniemy.
And one thing you guys gonna learn about me, I'm gonna bring some energy.
And I want to be a part of that championship. I want to taste that.
Hopefully we can put it all together and make us a run.
Just watch what I do. That's all I got to say. Just watch what I do.
The whole sports world is in one spot. One spot.
What's up, Commanders fans? Andrew Wiley here.
We can do a send together. We need players like you.
We set the damn tone. We took it to them. We don't got to take it from nobody. Oh, they think we back it down. Follow me. I'm not. Remember what we do and why we do it. I do it for you and you and you. Because I know y'all and I love y'all. We brothers. And when we go out there and one, I promise you, ain't nobody messing with us.
You can catch the full episode of Commanders Log on the team's website and YouTube channel this Thursday. We'll also drop new episodes at 7 p.m. every Thursday this month leading up to this year's draft. It is access you can't find anywhere else, so make sure you tune in.
Hello, everyone. Michael Jenks Jenkins here, and people have been waiting for weeks for Mander Mania, and of course I'm here with the Nature Boy, Fred Flair, and the Paulsenator. Nature Boy, I know you cannot wait, and this is something you've been preparing for a long, long time.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I just got off that plane, just got off that private jet at Dulles Airport, got on 95, going to FedEx in my limo, and what's I'm going to watch? I'm going to watch Terry McLaurin do it to the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs. I'm going to watch John Payne treat Daniel Jones like his stepchild. I'm going to watch them do everything they should do. Woo! Now that's what it's about, baby.
You heard it here, folks, and if that doesn't make you excited, you don't have a pulse.
There's nothing like those old wrestling promos.
Man, how about that promo, man? There's just so much energy there. Wow. Love it.
You gotta love it. I come from the greatest era of wrestling of all time,
the
90s.
You got a favorite wrestler, friend?
Coco Beware, baby. All day. Nature Boy Ric Flair.
We got the woo? Let's do it.
Woo!
All right,
there
that was better. Yeah, okay, all right. Yo. Woo! Oh, that was really good.
Give me some. Woo!
Oh,
There
get
we
out
go.
of here, boy.
There we go.
Come on now.
So in honor of WrestleMania this past weekend, we're going to do Mander Mania, okay? This is focusing on the NFC East, and first up is the Money in the Bank match. Guys who just got paid. Deron Payne, John Allen versus Saquon Barkley and Danny Dimes. Smoot, who wins?
Whew. I got to go with the heavyweights. Game is won in the trenches. All right? I know this for a fact. I've seen Saquon Barkley go head-to-head with these two and lose. All right? I'm going with the big boys.
Let's go, witness. He is broken in half.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously our guys are great. I mean, positional value, though, quarterback, Fred, running back, great positional value, though. But I got, if they're in a cage, though, tag team brothers, right? Tag them in. I think body weight wise, they got these guys.
I'm going with the Steiner brothers.
Okay, tag team event.
Yeah.
The Washington receivers, Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson against the Dallas secondary, Stephon Gilmore, newly signed Trayvon Diggs.
This one isn't even close to me. Right? First off, it's 3 on 2, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
first
They
off,
haven't
right?
got their third
we got some dogs here.
Yeah,
we got some dogs in here. They're going to beat this up. And I think Stephon Diggs, right? Terry's got his number for years now. It's not even close. So this is like one of those ones, those pay-per-view matches where you're like, I already know the answer to this, but yeah, whatever, we can talk about it.
No, here's the thing about it. Like you just said, Terry already beat him up.
Somebody stop this!
Terry beat him up in the coach last year. So at the end of the day, we got the team, and we haven't even talked about Curtis Samuel and Johan Doxson. I call him Johan Doxson coming in there. I'm going with those guys.
All right, you got to think about this one. This is the main event.
Yes.
This is the heavyweight title bout. This is for the belt, all right? Not just any heavyweight title bout. It's a Hell in a Cell match, all right? The Eagles mascot, Smoot, taking on Major Tuddy.
Woo!
I know you don't have a lot of confidence in Tuddy, so I'm gonna take this, right?
All right, please.
If Tuddy's a mutant pig, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I think he's gonna beat a Falcon, right?
Yeah.
He's 6'7", he's 450 pounds. That bird has no chance, right? If he's a normal pig, the one you find at the farm, no chance. But we got Mutant Tuddy in here, he's gonna win the match.
You brought a mutant in this. Rocksteady and Bebop. That was a mutant pig. So at the end of the day,
it was a mutant pig. Great reference.
That's what I'm talking about. Now back to this eagle. The thing about it is I have to be true with myself. That eagle can just sit up there and wait for that pig to go to sleep and come down and do whatever he wants to. So you know what? I really want to go with Tuddy and I really want to be a homer. But it's a reason why the eagle is a part of our identity as Americans.
Whoa. Swoop? Right. You call it Swoop?
I'm calling Swoop on that one.
Okay.
Swoop that is.
That seems like an upset. That's going to do it for us here at Command Center. Smoot's going with Swoop.
I'm a little disappointed. But it's America, though.
It is America. We can all agree on that. I'm Michael Jenkins. See you next time.